Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, the 25th of June, 2025. And I'm going in a little early to get more of that precious investment capital. But this morning, I would like to talk about what I'm starting to consider is yet another Psyop to part you from your crypto, specifically XRP. Little shout out to Rich there. Now, I'm noticing more and more quote unquote opportunities for you to use your crypto in some form of card, debit, credit, well, more so debit than credit. Use your XRP to buy tacos. Use your XRP for this. That'll be good in about a year, next summer, when we have a more proper price for XRP. But right now, to launch those things, I'm like, wait a minute, why would you even consider launching those things now? It's because it's yet another part of this huge psyop to part everyone from XRP. Remember, they, the infamous they, air quotes on that, don't want you to be rich. And on this channel, we're referring that to mean the old guard of money. Now, the newer guard of money, things like the PayPal Mafia, they know that only some of us are going to be rich. So they don't really care. I have right of way, lady. They don't really care if some of us get rich. They don't. Now, the thing with that is, sorry, you got a lot of people walking with their headphones on, everything else around here. I need to make sure, it's the midweek, so people get a little antsy because we all have places to go, but it is what it is. So, now the PayPal Mafia type, they don't really care if some of us get rich. They just don't. The thing is that when it comes to this crypto, everyone who knows crypto knows that this is no Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the OG, we still respect it, thank you. But the new game has unfolded. It's not the 2010s anymore. It's nearly the 2030s. So that being said, I am very wary of all these cards coming out, all these ways to part you from your XRP. Now, there is a new project that has spending. That new project is Xaodao. And this seems more towards what we would want. That is more, the idea is, now you can pre-register. I put the link on to their genuine profile on my X, and I'm going to add some more things to the community page to try to explain this, but my attempt is consider it like online shopping, but they need what's called liquidity for this. That idea means that you get compensated to hold this in a wallet. Now, it's not staking like what we're akin to, where you put up your XRP into a third party and there's some trust within a contract. The better the contract, the less you need the trust because things happen automatically. Now, that being said, we also have a difference with this new Xaodao, where short version, you just leave it on the wallet. You still own it, And I'm sure there'll be ways, we got to go through the details on this, to break away from the DAO, take your liquidity away from it. That's a detailed thing that we can visit later. But I like this idea with Xaodao simply because you still own your asset. You're just letting them sort of have a credit lien against it. It's kind of like a loan, and probably I would say more so of a loan where you're pledging. So it's sort of like a pledge loan, I would say, to the Xaodao, in order for them to have some liquidity in their platform. So that sounds like a good idea. But my general attempt here, despite this traffic that's insane, my general attempt here is to communicate with all of you the following idea. You're going to get every Psyop in the world, and sometimes robbery isn't with a gun, or at least a metaphorical gun. What it is in this particular case is that, hey, this is great. Yeah, you want this. It's a whole psychological operation to part you from your quote-unquote cash, in this case, your XRP. So, ladies and gentlemen, be extremely careful. Now, of course, nothing I say is financial advice, nor advice of any kind. This is just one guy's opinion. But you can't go wrong with the opinion of everyone. Be careful. Be very careful with this stuff. Now, let me side topic this a little bit. That whole Arthur Brito post with the face without a mouth, that was more, and I gotta give a shout out to Crypto Eri who figured this out. That is more of a solidarity move with Roger Ver. And for those who don't know who Roger Ver is, he is, what do they call him? I think he's the one they call Bitcoin Jesus. I don't like to use religious terms and apply them to anybody, but I believe that's what they called him. He's the one that paid David Schwartz's salary for a year when David Schwartz joined Ripple. Huge player in the space. And I saw a documentary on him that he was in Malta fighting extradition. He had to rescind his U.S. citizenship because it was just, like, allegedly, there was just way too much pressure on him. It's like basically allegedly, the U.S. government was waging a type of lawfare, what do they call that? Lawfare on him. And I watched that video, and I seen Crypto Eri's interpretation of Arthur Brito's use of that, and I think Crypto Eri's right, because when you look at Roger Ver's profile pic, he's gagged, like he can't talk, and so that definitely seems like a shout out to Roger Ver from Arthur Brito. Now, it just goes to show you, crypto is a very serious space. This is not some woohoo stuff. We're talking about serious money. And when you have a limited amount of a particular, let me just say this way, you have a limited amount of XRP that they don't want you to have. They consider you like you're stealing money from them. So they feel perfectly justified in convincing you to let go of your XRP. That is really their mindset. They really believe that your XRP does belong to them. And they're going to try all these psyops. They're going to manipulate markets. They're going to do everything possible to part you from your XRP and your other ISO coins. It's just the way they're going to operate. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you have a cold wallet. The hardware wallet of your choice. Could you do more than one hardware wallet? Absolutely. I revisited a popular hardware wallet within the ISO coins, and when I took a deep dive on it, you had to have a bridge, you had to use Google. It said that many times, and people say, "Oh, don't trust the documents, trust what I say to you." No, because when you lose everything, what are you going to say to the judge? "Oh, that other guy said, trust me, bro." I mean, come on. How ridiculous is that? So, yeah, guys, be careful. The hardware wallet that had that social engineering hack, I don't think they ever apologized, and I really can't see myself using them. We need more hardware wallets out there, ladies and gentlemen, for our ISO coins. To just use a big name hardware wallet and consider a closed deal, that's a fault on the executives' part at these crypto companies, because you got to do right by your customer, and to just sign them up onto this popular rectangular hardware wallet just to get it done, it's nice and easy and all that stuff. No, that just is not doing right by your customer, by your end user. You have to take care of the customer. The customer is the one who takes care of you. Now, that being said, please be careful out there, everyone. Make sure you really go through the details of these hardware wallets. Compare them to certain apps such as Xaodao Wallet, and you make your own decision on this. Unfortunately, law prevents me from really coming out with an opinion unless I have like a total report documenting it and all that other kind of stuff. So I can only say so much, but please, ladies and gentlemen, be very careful. Really think this out. This isn't play money. This is money that is beyond belief. So yes, be careful, everyone. All right, I'm going to wrap this up right here. This has gone a little long, but please comment down below your thoughts. I would really like to know what you guys think about all this new plethora of debit cards coming out. How we got all these new things coming. How some of these. Let me know what you think of hardware wallets. So yeah, that's just basically it. I'm gonna head into work. So please comment down below if you like this video. Please like it so we can boost that algorithm up a bit and make this a more popular channel. And thank you to new subscribers. I do check regularly to see if I am serving you guys. Consider yourselves like my customer in a way. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, of course. So thank you everyone for watching. Remember to stick it to the man and not to each other. I forgot to say that last part yesterday. And take care. I gotta get into work a little early. Peace.